the recent popular protests in Egypt will definitely have a short-term economic cost. In particular, we will see tourism and investment going down. And certainly the 5.5% growth rate that we saw in the last two quarters of 2010 will likely be considerably lower in the next 6 months or so while the situation stabilizes. What we're seeing in a number of countries in the region is some of the same pressures, the pressures that come from rising food and fuel prices, the pressures that come from high levels of unemployment, particularly amongst young people. And we've also seen a number of governments respond to these pressures, in some cases preemptively, by providing greater degree of subsidies for food prices, by providing more public sector jobs, by raising salaries. And I think all of these are measures that in the first instance will help to alleviate the impact of the current global trends on populations throughout the region. At the same time, this also adds to the fiscal burden going forward. And some of these countries already have strained fiscal situations. So this raises the urgency of trying to develop modern, fairer and more permanent systems of social protection that will ensure that poor people are protected. The IMF believes strongly that the government should provide protection and support for the poorest people in society, but it does so in a more efficient way so that the same amount of resources are targeted on those who need them most rather than spent across the board on products that are consumed by rich and poor alike.